Well, good morning and welcome to Stroke of Genius Podcast, Survivor Experience. Today's show, I'm going part 2 of a person you met, maybe last show, or show before that, named Jeff Roberts. He and I are just get together this morning. Our show before then. I have no idea why that's happening. He and I are just get together. My goodness. Hold on. I have no. What in the name? Oh, shit. What did I do? I am. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, that's kind of trippy. I am God, the superpower. Change me.
There you go.
We're live. I'm sorry, I messed around. I don't know why this happened. I have no idea about it. I have no idea about the offset that going.
It's kind of crazy. Maybe they're not ready for the message.
I have no idea why I'm echoing. Well, welcome to Stroke TV, Stroke of Genius podcast. This sucks. I have no idea what's happening. You know you're onto something when this happens.
Yeah.
The enemy is alive. So let me I don't know what we're going to do about this. I guess I can do the camera. Let me see if it helps. I've turned on my, can you stay on me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I better hear you, shit. I know what is happening. No idea. But let's get into it. Thank you for tuning in to the Circle of Genius podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Apple. My guest today is Jeff Roberts. Let me play a little intro.
Fire.
Talk about weird. This echo, I have no idea. You people, I'm sorry out there. I have no idea what's happening right now.
I don't either.
I have no idea. This is beyond me. My camera is supposed to be muted right now, and it's supposed to be. I have no idea. Well, how you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing amazing this morning. How are you?
Really good. Hey, I got 2 words for you. Ready?
Yeah.
Change me.
Change me. Dang, I love those words. We were just talking about that.
That's right. Jeff and I, we're talking more kind of on the spiritual energy level. And we're going to be doing the show totally impromptu. What is laid on our heart. So, Jeff, tell me what's on your heart, bro.
Well, at first I was going to talk about self-love and hatred and how do you find that and how does that come into play? But, as praying this morning, it's kind of more on the spiritual side. I want to talk about spirituality this morning and just the power of spirituality and recovery and why it's the basis of believing in something bigger than yourself. Now, I'm not talking about the Judeo-Christian model of spirituality that's just a big list of behavior modifications. do this, don't do that. Say the sinner's prayer, the Lord's prayer, however you want to put it. I've said that 500, 800 times. I don't know. I've said it a lot of times. Said it in, some butter and rolls, like a soup kitchen Christian, Bible thumping, want to save you kind of guy comes up. Now, if that's your thing, I'm not putting it out up there like that. But what I'm talking about is just a belief in something bigger than yourself, something other than yourself, and finding freedom in your head. And like we were talking about this morning, the recipe for that is so simple. It's just 2 words: change me. Change me. That's all you have to say for that. Every morning, that's my prayer. That's my mantra. That's my saying. Change me, change me, change me. Give me eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to listen and feel. Because we're all energy beings. Okay, if you break it down like that, everything has energy. Everything is resounding and pushing energy out and bringing energy back in. If you look at it kind of like this, the radio stations, right? The radio, just the radio. You turn on your radio, tune into whatever station you want. Now, you can't see those radio waves, but you can hear what's coming through when you turn that dial or when you hit that button. So there's always radio waves. Our phones are the same way. So let's use a phone, for instance. If you don't pay your bill, you don't have any fucking service, which means that phone is absolutely no good to you unless you're listening to music you have on it or taking pictures until you get Wi-Fi service or phone service. So if you don't pay your spiritual bill, so to speak, then you're not going to talk to God or the divine or anybody, any of our divine creator out there. You have to change your frequency and align yourself with something greater than yourself. This is the basis for change. It's a basis for hope. It's the basis for everything. And that's the way I see it. You have any thoughts on that, Mr. Aaron?
Well, I don't mean to sound like God right now. I have no idea what's happening. It's so weird.
Yeah, well, the little faux pas caught me off guard, but that's okay. We can roll with it.
I could reboot it, but you want to come back. Let's go out and reset the whole thing. So go out and I'll refresh my browser. We'll go out camera for 1 second, bro.
Okay.
Hold on. You might have to come back in.
All right. Hey, are you using the same link? All right, you got it.
What? Sam Hill. God. All right. Hopefully, I don't have any clue. Oh my goodness. It's adding me twice in the stream, and I have no idea why. So I'll try one more time. Sorry, everybody. This is really not going well. Hold on. Oh my goodness, it's not happening. Oh my goodness. I have no idea why this is happening.
There's 2 ways to look at it. Either what we're going to talk about today is so important that somebody wants to keep it from being said. You look at it now.
That to be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I believe that's
adding
true too.
twice into the room, into the podcast. And then, can you understand me?
I think I can understand you better now with the echo.
You knew you have a speech deficit when, but you're talking about spirituality of stroke. I quoted you. I quoted you a quote I use at Dwayne Dias. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Let me repeat that one tempo because I want everybody in the audience to play to the stroke. Change the way you look at your stroke, and everything will change. The things you look at with your stroke will change.
It's so true. And why is it true? Because see, everybody's life has changed. Now everybody struggles. Everybody struggles with something. Um, for specifically to our stroke and stroke victims, getting dressed in the morning, putting on socks, wiping your butt. That's everything has changed, and that's very. These changes, these emasculate you as a man. They dehumanize you. You get stigmatized from these things because where you used to be able to just put on your pants, now somebody may have to dress you, or you can't tie your shoes one-handed. So now somebody has to tie your shoes. And as a human being that's used to doing that all the time, working for yourself to do that kind of thing, that's it's very detrimental to your spiritual health, your mental health, and it takes its toll on you when somebody has to come wipe your ass for you, or just how do you get over that humiliation and that degradation, and just learning to cope with all these new changes that you have, and you can't, I mean, you're unable to change the fact if you can't tie your shoes. So you might end up with some shitty pair of shoes with Velcro across the top that are 6 inches too long, that look like you're because somebody thinks it's going to be easier for you to slip in there, and then you just look like fucking funky. Okay, let's just say you look funky, and you don't feel good about yourself, and you look down on yourself for all these things, and you berate yourself, and so you get caught in this loop of why me? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why am I going through what I'm going through? Why, Lord? Why, God? Why? If you praying to a God you don't believe in anyway. So the whys are not important anymore when you start adding that spirituality. Why it happened? Who cares why it happened? The fact is that it happened. Now we have to do, we have to do something about that, and address the what happened. If you get caught in the whys, why Lord, why God, why universe, why divine, why did you do this to me? Instead of saying, okay, this happened. Now what can we do to make the best of the situation that we have? It's just so many different things that are involved with that. But the spirituality is where the change is going to happen. Being energy exchanges. I'm not expecting everybody to believe this brand or buy. And I'm not out here trying to make money. I'm just out here just saying my opinions on what happened in my life personally to take me from victim to survivor to thriver. Those 3 steps. I mean, you could play the victim and you get stuck there, and you're just stuck. You're just going to stay there. And like, you have like 5,500 members on your your support group. And like we talked about, maybe 60 of them actually respond and reciprocate and talk, and that, that leaves, I can't do the math, but it leaves a lot. It leaves a lot of people out there that are just stuck and don't want to die. I mean, and just want to die or want to roll over and calling bullshit. But those two words, those two little words we talked about, change me. Just change me. See, was at a point where I had walked down all these other paths, all these other roads. I knew where they went. I know where they lead to. They all lead to death and destruction. They all lead to self-hatred. They lead to not loving yourself. They lead to just terrible places. So when I started saying these words, and those are the only words I just started saying, because I was trying to pray to a God that I did not believe in. I did not believe that there was something more powerful out there, something greater, but change me. Just say it 3 times every day and see if something happens. That's where I started. That's exactly what I did. Just change me. Change me. Change me. And then as that went on, I would add things to it, like change me into, one who can see, one who can hear, one who the heart to feel. Then, and slowly but surely, the light started getting brighter and brighter, and my mindset changed. And the more you can change your perspective and tune your frequency into something bigger than yourself and get out of yourself, because it's not about you. It's really not about you at all. And that's where the power is at, is in the spirit.
Well, seeing that I've been given the voice of God and echoing, bro, I pray for those stroke survivors that are stuck in the utter darkness, and I'm sorry, they are stuck.
They are stuck.
To focus with this echo. But I think what it comes down to, change the way you look at stroke, and the things in stroke will change. I think as we enlighten people, I think as we change how we look at stroke, don't look at the stroke victim, but don't look at this why. Look at it as, what can I learn from this? For you and me both, it's been a spiritual wide open awakening like I've never had.
That's where I'm at in my journey, in my walk. And I want to grab as many hands and pull as many people up as I can out of this, because coming from a place of despair and asking why did all these bad things happen? Why did I do what I do? Why, why? And whys just don't fucking matter anymore. What matters is that I can see now. If you can change your perspective, change the way you look at things, and the way you look at things change, and it's also simple. It's all the same God, if you want to look at it like that. It's all the same power, all the same energy, whether you're Muslim, Christian, Catholic, Jewish. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. So whatever you choose to believe in, you have to believe in something bigger than yourself. That's all. You don't have to, but I feel that I found that when I started believing in something bigger than myself, that change started happening, and those are important changes. Because I probably shouldn't say this. I probably got $23 in my bank, but I could die tomorrow a rich man, a very rich man, from all the people in my life. It's all about love. And maybe the hippies had it right. Free love, not love like free love. We're going to go, like having sex with each other. But free love is in the fact that everything is from God for you to put out. Like you want to try to match that. Everything is from the divine. Everything is starts and ends. It says that in the Bible, I am the beginning, I am the beginning, I am the end. And that's so true. Those words are so true. Everything is and from the divine. It's freely as you get, give.
Well, I
It,
don't think we're talking about religion. We're talking about truth, fact. It is fact, not a religion, that we are all spiritual creatures,
yes.
eternal spiritual creatures, learning to live inside the human body.
I like that. Yeah, we are. We're definitely not human beings that have spiritual experiences. We're spiritual beings having a human experience before our next stop. Before we move on to wherever we move on to. So, don't look at me on the matter of death. I take that, completely different. I look at it like a celebration and not a time for sadness. And I know there's a lot of people out there just wishing, just praying that God would have taken them, or that the universe would have taken them, and that they just pray for death every day. And they pray for death, but they're just praying for the wrong kind of death. That's or wishing for the wrong kind of
So,
death.
what in your opinion, is the right kind of death they should be paying
Dying to yourself.
for? Right?
Dying to yourself.
Your self will, yourself thinking that you're in control of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Once you submit to the fact that you have no control over anything, and as a stroke survivor, as a survivor of addiction, as a survivor of many things, you know that you have no control over anything. You have no control over your addiction. Now I say addiction, but you know what? I'm still addicted because look, I have that personality. So I don't do meth anymore, but you know what? I can't put my phone down for more than 16 and a half minutes without grabbing it. And that's an addiction too. And that's, a personality problem. That's traits, working with cognitive distortions and, like my own interpersonal, problems and struggles. And we all have those struggles. Everybody is struggling with something. I don't care who you are. If you see somebody on the street, anybody you talk to has that struggle. Any struggle. It doesn't matter. So once if you can just change me, those 2 words just keep resonating in my head. It's simple and it doesn't cost anything except maybe a little, maybe die to your pride, put your pride down for a minute, or, humility, love, it doesn't cost anything to change. It's free. It's freely given, and I'm freely giving it back out. I'm not out here trying to make money. I'm just out here trying to offer an opinion on the way that I see it, because I see life as great. I find beauty in everything that I see. And that's because I changed my perspective, or God, it's the spirit, something bigger than me changed me so that I'm allowed to see the beauty in the ugliest things. There's so many wonderful, beautiful, ugly things out there that are just full of grace and full of love and harmony, and you know and so the more I align with my spiritual side, the more stuff doesn't bother me. All these negative things, they don't affect me the same way. Now I don't know if I'm atypical or not, but it's been said that everything you hear is opinion and not fact. So this is just my opinion. In my opinion.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, I think there's a basis of truth. So many stroke survivors, sorry about that, go again, but so many stroke survivors put a period after stroke. The stroke is a death sentence. A lot of them are just waiting to die. But now, in reality, if they begin to look at the stroke is their superpower, if they're telling their story is their superpower. And it will change. I'm going to let you talk, but I just pray with you this morning. I pray for stroke survivors worldwide. Change me. Change me. Pray that people change me.
Yeah, 2 words, 2 simple words. I challenge you, just try it for a week. See if stuff doesn't change. I mean, just try it. You have nothing to lose and an eternity to gain in essence. You know, I'm not trying to change anybody. You know, that comes from somewhere else. But those two words, change me into one who loves, one who can receive you, one who can feel you, one who resounds what I put out, you know, and little by little, you know, it's a little tiny voice inside you that you can barely hear, and I have to, you know, decipher that between all the other voices going off in my head, if that sounds crazy. But you know, we all have like different interior monologues and dialogues that go off because we have storytelling brains, and you know, they just never stop telling stories. And you know, we lie to ourselves every day, you know. And when you lie to yourself and tell yourself that you're no good because your arm doesn't work, or you can't wipe your ass, or you can't change your socks, or you know, these are all lies that you tell yourself. So when you can start getting out, when things start changing, yeah.
Well, I don't want to make, and I think John knows that it's not us saying we're going to change ourselves.
No.
I had a person, I think it was Pastor Rick Warren, who said, I took a pig, ran it through the car wash several times, put a bow on it, put a bonnet on its head, rubbed its skin out with oil of Olay, so skin silk is hard. Put lipstick on the pig.
I do that daily.
The pig got and asked what it was. You still say it was a pig. This change we're taught that Jeffrey talked about this morning is not a change of ourselves. A lot of self-help things change the exterior. This change that comes from the eternal, from the internal of us. It resonates forever in spiritual realm.
You were talking the other day to me about thinking outside the box. And if you think outside the box, but if you wrap your mind around that there is no box, there's no fucking box there. The box you built yourself to keep yourself in. So when you get rid of that box and just start thinking, period, and just looking through different eyes, you know, I mean, looking at things differently, the way you look at everything. Like you said, when your perspective changes, what you look at changes, and what you're looking at changes your perspective. Yeah, fuck. I don't know.
I love it, bro. I love what you're saying. I love what we're doing. You know, I believe that the enemy attacked us this morning is making might do this. My software has never done this. But I challenge you should never stroke survivor worldwide. Say these 2 words today over and over again. Let them become a mantra. Change me. We're down the end of the show, bro. But I want to just challenge you, stroke survivor out there. You don't have hope. You may be stuck in a very dark place. Pray, change me.
Yeah.
Any parting words you want to give our survivors before we go off air?
Keep looking up. Never give up. Never give up. Just try change me. I challenge you. Just try it. Just try it. You got nothing to lose. So much to gain. And you know what? If nothing changes for you, you're nowhere for the wear. So,
but you and I both
well,
know that if they pray or say change me, big changes are coming their way. If God says, I'm just saying, I don't know what that change is. I do know that you and I have been through a spiritual awakening to a stroke. And by praying, change me, you will experience that change. You will begin to open your eyes. Your ears will begin to hear the spiritual realm you really live in. But I want to thank you for being here, Jeff. So with the echoes, I have nothing to say about that.
I'm rooting for everybody. I'm rooting for everybody. And I hope everybody can just, try this. And, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe that seed is planted. And if that seed's planted, maybe you'll water it, maybe it'll grow. But the change that you need to change comes from the inside, from the outside. But change your frequency, change your life. Tune in.
I think we'll leave it right there. We'll end the show. Change your frequency, change your life. Thank you for being here, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.